here contemplating in my car. I'm outside the restaurant, but I'm so like, I don't want to go in. I do want to go in, but I don't want to go in. We're gonna go in. Hold on. Why am I struggling to do this by myself? Okay, here we go. Let's go. I was thinking, I was like, it might be crowded in here. I don't want it to be crowded, and then I feel bad. Like, let's see. I'll put you guys down for 2 seconds.
Another one. Nice to see you. It's another brother. That's all right. I'm gonna throw you off. That's not. More. Wait, duck? I want to try duck.
Is it okay to sit up and sushi bowl?
Yeah, that's fine. Actually works out because that works out because I wasn't trying to get rid of it. Thank you. I made it in. I think that's the scariest part for me, honestly, because I just needed to make it in. I am at a Japanese restaurant that's local, and I actually did a pickup yesterday, but the pickup that I got yesterday I really enjoyed, so I decided to come back. And yeah, I was like, let me sit in and actually eat instead of just doing a takeout. So I'm probably going to order similar, but I also wanted to see what else they had on the menu. So, a little bit, but it's really good. And I just there you go. There you go. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah, I guess just going out alone and having that experience is a little intimidating for me at times. And so I've just been trying to get used to, being comfortable doing things that I would like to do on my own. I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but I'm also trying to just be respectful of not having too much, being too loud and whatnot. But I figured since I'm going by myself, then I could come on here and I could chit chat with you, and then
Could I get you something to drink?
can I get some green tea?
Of course.
Bad experiences? No, not necessarily bad experiences, but there has been some bad experiences. There's also been, good experiences. It's just I've just not been one to I've always been to myself most of my life, so even in grade school. So I think because of being just to myself in that way, I just don't go out to crowded places. So I'll just do things that I'm able to keep to myself in. So doing group experiences aside from orchestra work or maybe a dance class here or there, it's not been a lot, I will say. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I am going to get I'm here for their udon because it was really good yesterday, and I want to get it again, but I'm getting a different variation of the udon. And I might get some, I don't know, I'm looking at their appetizers to see what else to try. From good old US of A, Michigan, state of Michigan. It's very cold here. Yeah, well, I still am trying to get over the cold that I have, so I figured getting some soup would be helpful. Thank you, I appreciate it. I figured getting some soup would help, and that's what I was mostly here for. And I figured I should not run for president. Be a terrible president. But maybe one day you could be president, who knows? Shrimp tempura, vegetable tempura. Ooh. I actually might get the vegetable tempura too. Because I need some more veggies in my life. Okay. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah.
So I am going to do some. Well, that's the other thing too. I wanted to try to get. You can't be terrible than the current president. Well, I don't know. I feel like the human bar can go pretty low. So. Shampoo.
Is that green?
Thank you so much.
I'll be right back.
Okay, got it. Thanks. I have some papers to grade, and the grading that I have to do is because I haven't graded the papers and I've had them for a couple months, and so I have to get them back to students. And I'm not usually that harsh with grading, which is why I've slacked on it, because usually I just give a little bit of constructive criticism and then I give it back. But they know that they're not going to expect something super harsh coming off of it. So none of them have asked for their papers back, but I've got to give them their stuff back. Can't just hold on to it. Is it cold there? It is freezing here. It is awful. Awfully cold here. And then we'll put this off to the side.
Oh, I've heard.
Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit? Can't just say 7 degrees because not everybody uses the same measurement style or the same scale. Make sure you get spicy mustard. I had some the other day and I didn't realize it was spicy mustard. And I put so much on one single piece. Or I don't think it's the spicy mustard, but it's like the, what is it, like the horseradish spicy mustard sauce. I didn't realize what it was at the time. I was thinking it was something else. It did help clear my sinuses really, really well, which was very much needed, but I was not prepared when it hit my sinuses.
Yeah, but then we all did it. I think you could, I could tell a difference too, but like it wasn't significant enough that I ever would have noticed otherwise. But when I was
I'm gonna have a hard time
side by side,
reading these cursive papers,
I don't know how to
but
describe
that's okay.
it. It is weird because it's only dye, right?
And
It's not like there's a flavor, but I guess the dye itself has a little bit.
let me swap this out though. How about it? I'm getting an udon, so nabayaki udon, and then I'm getting their tempura vegetable on the side. So that's the hello. How are you? Hope you're having a good Saturday so far, and or enjoying it. Hopefully it's warm where you're at. I am a little envious of, I started teaching back up today because most of the students have been on holiday break. And I started a few of the lessons back up today. And the ones I started today, they all just got back from being in like very warm places, like on vacation. And they just got back like either 2 days ago or within this past like 4 days. And it's freezing here, so nobody's excited about it. You guys are giving me company for the soup. So that's why. I don't want to like actually I can correct spelling. I'll correct spelling. I'm not trying to grill my students on grammatical stuff and things like that when they're explaining musical notions, but I will correct them on their. I get the tempura vegetable. Thank you so much.
Appetizer?
Just for that was the tempura vegetable.
Yeah, there's an entree and appetizer.
Oh, can I do appetizer?
Of course.
Thank you.
No problem. Is that what you like?
Yeah, that's it.
I'll put that right in for you.
Okay. Also, it's stuff like that. I don't like. It takes me a long time sometimes to look at menus, so it's also I don't like going out by myself. For example, before I came here, I looked at the menu to see what I wanted to do. What I would like. So sometimes it's just indecisiveness. Longer than a grand piano. How's your guys' evening going? Instrumentation, gentle dream. along with the I'm trying to read cursive right now. I actually, if I have a blank piece of paper, then I guess I might be able to show you guys. But paired with the piano. You said, how was your Saturday? It was busy. I have been teaching. I was teaching from about 9:30 a.m. until I finished my last lesson at 4. And then after I finished teaching, you know, got to take care of the house stuff. Laundry, cleaning, walking the dog, pet stuff. And then I was like, I need to have dinner, so then that's what I was like, let me come out and have dinner, get out the house, and go actually spend some time outside, you know? Which subject do you teach? I only teach music. Piano primary, but I also teach clarinet. I did play clarinet for a very long time. Do I like playing clarinet? Clarinet's not bad, but I very much so enjoy piano more. So piano primary, focusing on technique and performance as far as memorization, things like that. Sometimes I focus on composition with some of the students. But I would say most of the students are more involved with developing their technique and rhythm, musicality, stuff like that. For this specific paper with like this, like that I'm like grading, sometimes I give them listening assignments. So they'll get several pieces or genres of music to listen to throughout the week. And they give me some feedback on it based on some questions that I asked. So they'll be listening in depth to like a piece and then answering questions out on like a paper. And so that's what I'm grading to give back. And you said I'm looking to piano lessons classes soon. I'm new, so I haven't learned, so I want to learn good habits. I think, yeah, that's a good place to start. I would say getting help in person usually, because I think a lot of times people rely heavily on just wanting their ear to guide them on things, but they forget that when you're actually playing, you know, you have to develop your muscles, and you also have to be able to develop the functionality in your hand and the technique as you go. And it is similar to just like any other craft or skill that you do. So like if you were doing gymnastics, or if you were doing a dance class, or if you're doing any other I don't, but hold on. Today. Sorry. I don't have good internet right now just because I'm out in public, so. But I'm okay with that. Sorry if it gets a little blurry here or there. Yeah, no keys today right now. I am gonna go back maybe later this evening, but more than likely tomorrow. But I figured I should take like a little bit of a break today.
Yeah, we lost water too with the blood happening.
I think I'm just now getting my nerves like a little bit less calm. I'm familiar with guitar, bass, and mostly drums. I have plenty of experience in music. That helps. I think what's hard is just being able to. I would say there's some concepts on piano that are easy to grasp, like certain basics, but there's other things that if you're not actually working on the fundamental techniques behind it and getting those building blocks down, then it's going to be extremely hard to like master it as you're going through. So that's why I was saying like sometimes people will rely just on their ear or maybe some like other fundamental knowledge that they have, and that won't always help you get through when you're working on certain movements or certain techniques that apply to certain passages or skills as you're going through. So it is helpful to have somebody there to kind of like help guide it, but at the same time, or I would say not even just to guide it, but also just to help make those corrections beforehand. You said your jacket is beautiful, it has those white pearls. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, but building blocks are super important, and it's much harder to unlearn bad habits than it is to just start from like a really good starting point and just going from there. The hardest thing to do is to make those reroutes when you've already got something set. Oftentimes I do that honestly with my fingering, but it's not because of like I'm not practicing the correct fingering at times, but honestly when you have a lot of works memorized or you have studied like a lot of different composers, sometimes in my brain like there's different tricks to different passages or different patterns that you do, and not all rules can apply to the same composers. But when you're working fast and you're working on the fly, sometimes your fingers will just go to whichever one's quickest or fastest to apply in that scenario. So I used to play clarinet. I still can play clarinet, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Clarinet, I can do drums, but again, like that's percussion related to piano. I feel like that's all related. That's mostly the ones that I spent time with. Have I dabbled in other instruments? Yes, but as far as being able to like effectively play them where I would be comfortable like joining a band or a group, I would only trust myself with piano, drums, or clarinet. But yeah, I just I'm gonna just put this clip on and then put the music back in here, or the papers. I did bring a score as well too, because there's some scores that I need to analyze. Sometimes I do my music analysis too late into my practice, so there's some things that I try to get like a little bit ahead on, so I'm not just slacking on it. You said I just want to be good and maybe occasionally shred on the piano. I would say and this is back to the other part of this question too. I think piano is easy to get started, and it's easy to get a grasp on, like, where you can just play like, most of like your pop songs and like simple rhythms and things like that. I don't think that that's necessarily hard to get to that baseline of it. But what is hard is being able to, one, develop the correct technique as you're going through, being able to master like fingerings when you're going through passages, being able to master, example, like passages of thirds and keep everything even, rhythmic as you go through. And keeping your focus. I think keeping like memorization, all of that stuff can be difficult. I plan to, but I don't. I think so. I don't. It's one of those things where it's. If I teach it online, I mean that is still my bread and butter. I still want to make obviously a living off of teaching. I don't want to just fully give it away for free at the same time. But that's also why I kind of come on here to just like share my practice, and I just kind of share like that process behind the scenes. It's not always pretty, it's not always perfect. When you go up on stage, yes, the expectation is it's kind of at that point of feeling smooth, comfortable, and that's like the goal. But behind the scenes in practice, I think a lot of people don't really want to share what it looks like behind the scenes because it's not always pretty. There's stumbles, there's falls, and that's the only way that you get better. And also, hello. I'm reading that and just on a thought train. Sorry. But yeah, so there's a lot that goes into it. So yeah. If I ever was near Michigan, I would sign up. I'm lucky I have a place down the street. Yeah, I feel like at times I feel like I'm definitely in the wrong place for the industry, if that makes sense. But I would say a lot of my family is here and like home is here. And also it kind of there's something that sits with me of seeing like the youth just kind of not necessarily lost. A lot of younger kids and younger generation almost feel like there's like hopelessness, a sense of hopelessness. There's a lot of people that are positive and a lot of kids that are positive as well too. But giving them something to look forward to, looking to focus on, something to actually like work towards and not just feel like, they don't have a healthy outlet. I do think music is a super healthy outlet to be able to just express yourself, and so I wanted to kind of bring that into the community that was here. Is it always welcomed here? I don't always feel like it is, but that's okay. Like, listen, I'm here. So if people want to come and if people want to be a part of that, that's all. I exist. So, I just don't want it to feel like something that needs to be like gatekeeped or as if, it's unattainable for certain people. It's not. You look like my cousin. Thank you. I hope your cousin, I'm assuming a really pretty girl. So, you said, do I have holiday tomorrow? I don't necessarily have a holiday tomorrow. Am I working tomorrow? No, I'm not working tomorrow. But am I working tomorrow? Yes, I'm always working, just as I'm at dinner right now. And I had brought my, papers to grade and stuff. So, because I brought all my papers and stuff to grade while I'm here, I'm still technically working while I'm not working. I did bring the next piece that I was going to be working on. I did bring the next piece that I'm working on, but it's the I had started working on it a few months ago, and I didn't have anybody else to play it with me because it's either you need an orchestra or you need a 2-second piano to do it with. So I did end up having one of my students said that they would do it with me. And so I do have a student that's going to work on it with me, but I'm going to do the Camille Saint-Saëns, the Piano Concerto, number 2. We'll work through that. I have a little bit of a cold today too. We're still recovering. Oh goodness. Actually, I'd like more green tea. I'm almost out. I'm gonna make music with hip hop. You know what? Funny story. When I was 13, I made this actual like mixtape. And some of it had like some classical themes to it, and then other parts of it had like hip hop themes to it. And I need to find it. I still have it somewhere. It's on like a genuine CD. But yeah, I don't know why. Like, I haven't done anything necessarily since that. It was when I was a teenager. I decided to make this like mixtape, and I think it had like 8 songs on it. But some of them weren't necessarily that bad. But honestly, I haven't listened to it in so long that I want to. Maybe I should upload it and see how I feel about it now after this amount of time. Is it too legit to quit? You know what? You never know where life is going to take you. I'll just say that. I don't think I'll ever necessarily stop because again, like music is a form of expression regardless. So even if I wasn't doing it professionally, I'd still do it on the side somehow. But I do, but I do have like some like written compositions, and I was going to publish them, and I was thinking honestly about publishing them this year. I think the hard thing about publishing compositions and work is obviously you open yourself up for criticism as you go through that. And I think with some of them, just because of the place that it came from, like when I was writing it, is a little bit personal. And so you don't necessarily want to open yourself up for that type of scrutiny all the time, especially when it's coming from that. I know we have Q&A, but man. Am I single? Would it make a difference if I was single or if I was in a relationship? I'm just saying. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Happy New Year to you. Said too legit to quit is MC Hammer. Come on. I'm old, but I'm not that old. I'm, I'm, and I guess here's the other thing too. How many? What? Honestly, you said how many 10-year-olds do you think you were able to handle in a fight? Honestly, that made me chuckles. How many 10-year-olds do you think? Why are you going around just assaulting 10-year-olds? But I'm gonna toss the question back to that person too. No. Yeah. So I reckon I could take 1,000. That's a lot. I don't know. Have you seen 10-year-olds lately? They're pretty tall. They're pretty big. Kids have gotten a lot bigger these days. And I'm not saying as far as just like, I'm just saying it's size and like mass. A lot of these kids, I'm like, y'all drafting NFL players and basketball players and athletes. You said they're all mouth. I guess. 7 foot 10-year-olds. I mean, honestly, and even I have some really tall students. There's like some students I have that are like, they're 7, but they are maybe like the height of like 11-year-olds, and I'm just kind of like, people are tall. That's a good thing. I'm tall too, so I maybe I'm seeing it now from the perspective of this is how people saw me when I was growing up because I was a tall kid, but you said you were too nice, cannot troll you. I'm sorry. You said, what do you teach? I teach piano. I teach music lessons, music composition, rhythm, coordination classes, things like that. If I had the soup here, I would give you a bite, but first, technically I need to take the first bite anyway. What do you like to sing as well? I'm not a good singer, but here's the day that I knew I was not a good singer. I mean, I think when I was a kid, it was cute, and you know, when kids sing, it's always like this cute thing. But the day that I knew I was not a good singer, I was 12 years old. I grew up in a really strict kind of, almost like a cult-like church, but I remember they remembered that I could sing when I was like a kid, and they thought it was so cute. And so when I was 12, they asked me to do like a solo in like front of the choir. And so it was like during like summer vacation, like the summer Bible school. And so we had to have a rehearsal, and so they told me the song they wanted me to sing, and I had been practicing like all week for it. So I get to the rehearsal, and so then I start singing the solo, and then everybody was like super quiet, and then I finished singing the solo. And then the choir director literally looked over at this girl that they usually have do the solos all the time, and they were just like, hey, so I'm gonna actually have you come over and do the solo. Like, no filter, just literally in front of everybody, just told me, like, they didn't turn the mic off. It was just the first rehearsal of it, and they were just like, yeah, I'm just, nah, you can go sit down. We're gonna have, so-and-so take over. Um, so I went and sat down. Yeah, that was the end of that solo. Did not sing the solo. In fact, they put me in the back of the choir after that point. So, I have not gone back to this church since then. I think when I was like 14, I made a stance to like my parents that I didn't really want to go, and it was a lot of fighting. But thank you so much.
Of course. And then your nabiyaki when I was coming up.
Okay, got it. Sweet. Thank you.
It's almost like I feel too old. You know, like I think it crosses the line.
I'm in Michigan, and Michigan is very cold.
Yeah, that's like it's like so like
They were not the preacher's kid, but they were like distantly related. Oh, thank you.
Oh, of course.
That was these ones have too much glue on them. I want to grab that tempura. Hold on. There's a tempura shrimp in it, and I don't want it to get soggy, so I'm going to pull it. I'm taking too long to get it out. Said in football, coaches can always plays but can't really. Yeah, that's true too. I've seen that. It's really funny. Yeah, it wasn't a preacher's kid, but it was somebody that was like more closely related to the church. And I honestly, I was kind of like the black sheep in that church growing up. I was really quiet. I was a really quiet kid. I've always been pretty quiet, but yeah, I think that they just didn't really want me there, it felt like, honestly. There's been times I've gone back to visit as well too, and it's still the same type of energy, like they just don't want me there, so I just don't go back. Thank you for the blessing. This is good. Sometimes I wonder, why do people go on chats to troll? I mean, sometimes I get it. When you're bored, you can vent out. Let some of your intrusive thoughts out. But I guess what doesn't make sense to me is not realizing that there is somebody actually on the other side of that. Like, there's other people with their lives, you know, doing what they need to do. There might be some people that open themselves up to it and welcome it. I can't put my put my notebook there. I'm gonna scooch it over because I'm not trying to put the restaurant on blast in the video, obviously, but well, you guys are able to see what I'm having. I pulled the tempura shrimp because it was getting a little soggy in the soup. So it's very glitchy. I know, I'm sorry. Because I'm out in public. I'm trying. Understandable. It's very hot. That was funny. Yeah. This is very hot. I'm gonna finish the vegetables in a second. But yeah, that's true too. From the UK, it is gonna take longer. And I'm on more of like my mobile data than I am. I'm not so much on Wi-Fi, I'm on my mobile data, which is why it's probably so glitchy. I get unlimited data, but obviously they're gonna slow it down if I'm on public, you know. And if I'm in a higher traffic area as well too. I'm at a Japanese restaurant, but I'm in neither. Thank you. So far, it's been really good. It's just really hot right now. And I know I could spoon it into the other bowl, but the reason why I'm not doing that is because they give you the side serving bowl to put, you know, your udon in. But I'm trying to get over this cold. I have a slight cold I'm still trying to get over. And having a big old hot steaming pot in front of me is great. I'm almost over it, but I need to speed up the process, so. So, well, now you're hungry. What are you gonna have if you haven't had dinner? Broke. What's the feel for workouts? Yeah. I was supposed to do a workout today, honestly, but between teaching and between still trying to like feel better and my legs are still sore from the last workout, I figured I would do it tomorrow. can do the workout tomorrow. Said no good Asian places near you. That's a bummer. It was taking me a while to find like some good udon, honestly, so. If you were gonna make something for yourself, what would you make? Honestly, I will say I did like the udon that I had yesterday, just because it was a little bit more simple, but this is still good. I got this because it has a lot more vegetables and a little bit more protein in it. But Szechuan beef. To be honest, I'm not a great cook at home. My cooking, I can cook like enough, like a decent, but I'm no chef by no means. See, I have this preference of udon over ramen, so I feel like it's so much better, and it's much more underrated. That udon is pretty good. You say order up Uber Eats, pretty good. You know what? I got very mad at Uber Eats and Grubhub, so I stopped ordering from them entirely. I don't even do DoorDash anymore. No, it made me upset because I had this delivery where I put like the instructions on like how to find exactly where I was at so that they wouldn't get lost. And the driver just was refusing to read the direction part of it. And like they called me and they were like yelling at me because they couldn't find where it was. And I was trying to get them to calm down to like explain. And I was like trying to get them to like, hey, I put it in the description thingy. I just need you to calm down. But they were literally yelling at me on the phone. And then when they got to the right place, they kind of like just like rudely like tried to almost throw my food at me, like shoved it at me, and I just was like, I'm not like really like this is this is rude. And there's one other time that I had another like place where I put in like the instructions, and the person again couldn't find a location, wouldn't read the directions that were on there. And then he just set it down somewhere random and said, you can come get your food yourself. And at the time, I actually couldn't, like, leave what I was doing to go get the food. And I was like, there's no way I can, like, actually leave to go get this food. So, So I stopped just ordering from that. I was like, if this is how it's just gonna be, I'm just listen. I paid you to deliver the food. And here's the thing, I always add on like an extra tip. I always tip like 25% and or more. And so it bugs me like when I'm especially adding on a good tip and then it's just like they're not gonna even deliver my actual food and I'm giving you a good tip. No. I'm not doing it anymore. This is really good. And I still have my tempura vegetables off to the side. I got extra vegetables today because here's the thing, I love protein. Actually, somebody was saying the other day, I was like, I love my meats. I love steak, I love chicken. And the weird part about it, and my friend was telling me, she's like, it's so weird because I was hardcore vegetarian for like 10 years, almost like 9.5 years. And then I went hard left. And then just one day she just saw me eating some steak and was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I don't know. But since then, I've been a little bit of a proteinaholic and just eating steak and heavy meats. So I figured, let me get more veggies in my life. And also having a warm, soup broth is helpful in this winter, in this weather too. Do you guys have any like Uber Eats delivery pickup stories? Like horror stories or no? Is everybody just nice and peaceful in your world? I feel like there are some really nice people, but there's also a lot of just like very rude and entitled people too. Absolutely. I'm still trying to work on getting over it, but honestly, I will say this too. About 2 years ago, I had lost like 85 pounds. When I was vegetarian, I put on so much weight. I don't know what happened. Like, I thought like being vegetarian, I would be a little bit healthier, things like that. And not just that, I also wanted to like not have an impact on like animals and things like that without, cutting out certain everything. But for whatever reason, I just put on like so much weight from like being vegetarian. And so then I started working on my health and fitness, and then I just started incorporating a lot more protein and up the protein, and I ended up losing 85 pounds. And then I've just been maintaining it at this point for the last like 2 years. But no weird story, but I had an Uber driver that decided to shoot a NASCAR driver. Oh boy, I feel like NASCAR drivers are safer though. Like, or is that not NASCAR drivers, but it's what's the other one? The other race. Honestly, there's some days. Yeah, Daytona 500. I thought they were all supposed to be like safe drivers. I thought they're supposed to have like the reflex timing of like insanity. And then there's pianist. Yeah, that's the ranking of dexterity and reflexes. You got NASCAR drivers, F1 Grand Prix drivers, and then you got pianist. Honestly, buses scare me just because of like their tip over ratage. The fact that they're high tip over type of vehicles. And just if a driver jerks too much. Thank you. It is really yummy. I'm just struggling with using chopsticks because I don't normally use chopsticks. I know how to use chopsticks, it's not my usual utensil. So sometimes I struggle with it. This is good. Am I gonna finish it all? No. I feel like, see how I'm like getting full, and I feel like I haven't made a dent in this soup. Like, I just was about to say, oh, like, I think I'm doing pretty good on it, and I just looked in the viewfinder, and I see like where the broth is from where we started. Like, we really haven't done that much to this. We gotta do more damage. Chopsticks make you use slower. That is true, which is good. I would say I haven't grasped the handle on slippery foods with chopsticks, which these should be more helpful because they're wooden chopsticks, which are better for slippery foods. But when I tell you, because I have metal chopsticks at home in my kitchen, I don't know how I would never be able to eat udon with the metal noodles. I would be slurping one noodle at a time over a period of like 5 days. You say that as I just stuff my mouth with noodle. I've got the biggest capacity I could. Yeah, these are gonna help you eat slower. I'm just like shoveling it in. Okay. I'm so sorry. Oh, there's chicken in here too? I didn't even realize there's chicken in here too. I've just been eating it. Oh my god. I did that to my cat last week because he was taking an antibiotic. And I was like, choo choo choo, here comes the choo choo train, open wide. I know, the noodles are just falling. They're like, nope. You're gonna have to slow down, Miss Ma'am. I mean, they did give me that separate spoon to eat with too, but I ain't trying to do all that. Oh, that's a, oh yes. Oh yeah, that's a big. I couldn't do it. Something in me feels inherently wrong to just start like shoving my face with the food. It was a nice bite, and I literally see I quit midway through. I had to bite it. You can't be over here just. My eyes are bigger than my stomach right now. Like, I could scoop up the biggest bite to eat. Contemplate it, knowing dang well I'm not going to be able to eat all of that in one bite. But, am I getting full? I'm so full right now. I've been pushing the limit since the last time I mentioned I was full, and then I realized I did not do much damage to this bowl. No, I'm not trying to mukbang over here. Oh man. Honestly, I don't see how people can do the mukbang streams, especially the mukbangers that are doing it like multiple times during the week. I'm like, this is gonna put me out. I know I'm saying all this, and then I'm probably gonna go home and have some ice cream. Oh my gosh, I don't like mukbangs either. To be honest, I really don't like the sound of like chewing food and slurping and stuff. I know I've been doing it a little bit tonight on here. I know it's inevitable, like it happens, it's part of like eating and it's just bodily function. But there's something that just bugs me about having so much food in front of you, an inhumane amount of food, and then just being as loud and grotesque as you possibly can with eating it. Like, it's just, I can't do all that. I'm gonna get a box. I can't finish this. That broth, I'm gonna have to check the live stream to see where the broth started, because we're here. I think it started, what, like right here or something? I'm gonna have to double check that line. Yeah, I'm cooked. There's my chopstick. That's how much we had. I'm cooked right now. And I still have tempura vegetable too left. I'm trying to use this one. I feel like she should have just gave me the table that's right behind me. But yeah, I still have the tempura veggie too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a container. Probably a container, and watching Metallica. Are you watching like an old show of Metallica or a new Metallica show? I'm a little sad about the tempura vegetables, just knowing because I can't take them with me. Because tempura never holds up the next day to like preheat. 1986. I was not even born yet. Live at the Metal Hammer. Is that the one where there was like a massive crowd? Was it a crowd crush or something like that? I forget what it was. There was something that happened at the Metal Hammer in 1985 that I remember, but I don't. Well, I can't say I remember. Like I'm saying I remember as if I was there. But I just remember like hearing or watching a documentary on something about it. Not sure how accurate that is. So that was the Who in Philadelphia. Okay. Listen, I'm not versed on all the crowd events, but honestly, I will say this. That's honestly maybe why I don't go out as much to, like, I would say, like, either concerts that are, example, you won't necessarily find me at Coachella or Burning Man or Electric Forest. But it's not so much because of like the music. Like I thoroughly enjoy listening to all styles of music. Like my playlist is so crazy. Like I feel bad sharing my playlist with people because they're just like, Natalie, what is all this? Like it goes from like point A to point Z to point F to point like everywhere. And the playlist has everything. Like you can find almost every country somewhere in the world, like every geographical location, continent, you're gonna find something in my playlist that I have saved from like that continent of like music. But I always feel bad tormenting my friends to listen to my playlist. 1979 in Cincinnati. Ah, okay. So it was a little prior to that. I forget, the 70s was a wild time, you know? Who had a better time period, 1970s or 1980s? Who would you say is the better time period for music? Scooch the udon there. I'm gonna scooch this here. You said going with 80s because you were little. I feel like things definitely culturally shifted in the early 2000s. When I think about 70s, 80s, even 90s, vibe, culture, people, how kids interacted, how just people interacted. Sure, there was political, social issues that were going on at the time. When isn't there? There's always going to be political, social issues going on at any given time. There's never going to be a time in... Yes, can I actually get a container for this one?
Would you like
and then
for that as well?
I'm actually good on that, but thank you so
I'll
much.
take that out of your way
And
then.
then, and then just the top as well too.
Yeah, of course. Would you like any dessert?
What do you talking about?
This is our desserts right here.
You look at it, I'll think about it. And then
Yeah, of course. I'll be back.
Growing up I feel like childhood related, like 70s, 80s, 90s were like great. I feel like childhood, if you were in the obviously like 1920s, 30s, maybe trash. I feel like 1940s, that was I guess I feel like 19 maybe coming out of the like later 40s maybe was a good time for some people in childhood, but then 50s, 60s, rough, I feel like, for a lot of people. And thank you. Rough for a lot of childhood people. 70s, 80s has some like good points. 90s, early 2000s, it has like a really weird shift. And the reason why I say that is because, yes, the internet kind of came out. And why I say that too is because I had both of those childhoods. I had the childhood before the internet came out, but I also was the childhood of it, the first part of the internet coming out and having that access to it when it was really unfiltered and it wasn't monitored. And, you know, literally, if, you know, my mom was on the phone and we couldn't use the internet at the same time. So. This is gonna be I have to figure out how to hold on. I might struggle with it, but it's okay. Let me see how much I have in here. I literally have. This is how much I have. This is to take home. Hello. No, I just have to. That's how much I had left in that bowl. I'm having a stroke reading that right now. I don't know if you're implying, do I record my practice, or do you mean I record every practice? Hello, how are you? Hope you're having a good evening so far, and or day. I don't know what time it is where you're at, but yeah, so that was mostly, honestly, that was mostly why I started the channel. It's mostly to yeah, so basically that was why I started the channel, was because I was going to record my practices so that way I could reflect back and like make the improvements, listen to things. Also be able to kind of have a documented visual of how much things are improving or how they're improving as they go. And honestly, it's free storage, because if I were to record it on like my phone or devices, that would just take up my space. So I can just come on here, live stream, everything is documented, and then I just put it public. And I also figured it's a good way for me to just share the process behind stuff. It's not always pretty how people expect it to be. I think some people just expect us to be just like a play button, how, you know, if they look up an audio recording and it just press play, it's going to come out perfect. But that's not the reality of it. I mean, it is free storage. I record it, post it. It doesn't take up storage on my phone or device to have it uploaded on YouTube's storage. I can always private it if I don't want the public to see it, and then that way I can just view it back for my own self. But most of the time, I feel like I have nothing really to hide. Thank you.
Of course.
And then
I'll take that right now for you.
And so, like, yeah, I don't have anything to hide, and I have nothing to feel like ashamed of. So I just figure I can open up and make my practices cassette tapes personally. See, but then like, what happens when you run out of cassette tapes? You have to like go and purchase more, or like make more space, or
Have a great night.
you too. Or you have to like rewrite, you know, what you rewrite over something. And the thing is that do figure I would leave that and if you get merch, I would definitely get some. I don't know, like, I feel like merch is one of those things that it depends on what it is. I don't feel like having personal merch would be beneficial if just one person's buying it. But if there's like more market demand for it, then yes. Card keys out. Thank you.
You have a nice day, ma'am.
You too. Oh my god. There's a group in there. It was just a group of young African American men sitting at a table. And when I first walked in, they were just like, yes, another one of us. And I just looked at them and they looked at me. And then their friend group, they looked at the other table members and they were just like, bro, don't engage her in it. And he was just like, what? I can say it. He's like, it's another sister coming in here. He's another one of us. And then I sat at the bar by myself. And then just as I was leaving, when I was leaving, that was who was saying, have a good night, ma'am. It was the same group. I'm glad I saved my cost for the car and not in the restaurant. Needed to do that the whole time. But I was like, I can't cough in this restaurant. Copeland Studios merch, be sick. Am I left-hand dominant? I'm not left-hand dominant, I'm right-hand dominant. But my videos are flipped because of the fact that I'm using my cell phone most of the time. And the thing about recording on YouTube or live streaming, if you're directly live streaming from YouTube, there's no way to actually flip the orientation. So in order to flip the orientation on YouTube, you actually have to either hook it up from like a computer device, or you have to do a different streaming service like Restream or something like that. And then dang it, you can't hear me. I accidentally hit the mute button. No, okay. I don't know how much of that you heard, but I'm gonna reiterate it. You asked if I was left-hand dominant. Yeah, you asked if I was left-hand dominant, and I am not left-hand dominant, I'm right-hand dominant. It's just that my streams are reversed because of the fact that I'm using my cell phone. And genuinely, it's not because I don't know how to get it to flip or get it to use the right equipment. It's just the fact that if you are streaming from YouTube directly, there is no way for you to actually flip the orientation on like your phone device unless you do it through like a different software system. So example, if I'm on like a desktop computer, I would be able to do that and then like switch the camera around. Or if I do a restreaming service like Restream or something like that, then I would be able to flip the orientation on it. But for me, honestly, taking that extra time to set that up and to get that all situated is not worth it for me when my main focus to get on here is to just get my practice and to get better. When you're on piano live, your voice fades very low. Yeah, it does. My voice is always like that, and that's just because I'm a bit on the more soft-spoken side to begin with. And then a lot of times when I'm talking, my voice will trail off at the very end of my sentences, and then it like gets even softer. And there's times I have to be mindful of it, and I try to be mindful of it. But it's not like, oh, I forget to do that. It's just sometimes I'm not aware of how much how much my voice drops off entirely. But if I had it where like I'm trying to figure out, oh, I can exit out that way. The road that's over here, I'm not far from like home and stuff, so I'm not too, bugged about that. I was gonna take the side road to get home anyway, so then that way it was less traffic. And I'm not trying to be technically I'm not usually a fan of being on my phone and like driving, but because I'm not that far away, I'm just gonna put you guys in my lap and then like go. But I'm gonna take the less busy route just because then I can focus. But yeah, I just want practicing on here. My main focus, my main goal is solely just to improve and to be able to hear myself back, and to like, I guess in a way, document the progress as it goes. So it would be different if like my home, if I already had like a studio type of setup where like the cameras and lights and audio equipment and recording was all set up in one location, all I do is press this little button to like go and not waste time actually setting up stuff, I would do something like that. But for the most part, it's just convenient for me to just use my phone and then just set it up from there and go. My car is very loud too. The other thing too is that and this is the other criticism that I've heard about like my live streams being reversed, is that oftentimes I hear, like, at least from professional to professional, some professionals get like bothered that they can't critique my technique because it's reversed. And part of me feels like I'm not here for you to critique my technique. Like, that's a path of like discovery and development that I'm going through for myself, and just discovering, because I feel like while yes, having a good base of technique is obviously super important, technique varies person to person just because everybody's hand shapes are completely different. Everybody's hand sizes are different. There's certain things that yes, you can master the techniques, but you really have to get a good feel about your own self-control and your own body, and knowing like your own weights and knowing all of your own like the pressure amount to put, and all of that comes from like you needing to know that. And so there are some things that I get help with being guided on as far as like technique goes, but for the most part I don't want to open myself up to criticism on that either, because that's not what I'm here for. I like that I just blend in with the with the background. We're gonna go do this light. It's like the Cheshire Cat meme. Keep doing what you do. I will, and that's what I tell people. I was like, regardless of if you like me or not, I'm still here. I'll be here. The other thing is too, is there's a lot of people that come in. This is honestly a slight pet peeve of mine, and I know it's something small, that's why it's a pet peeve, but it's sometimes the way that people ask for things is or entitled. And I've gotten really good at genuine, like, wanting to have like a good experience of something. So example, like when people come in the chat and then they start spamming like play this, play this, play this, and they're just spamming that over and over and over. That's like coming from a place of entitlement, and they want you to do something for them in that moment, because it's always the same attitude, and you always know it is, because the minute if you say like, oh, like if you say no to them, one, if you say no, they get mad at you and they give you a hissy fit, and they'll say something nasty to you usually, or they'll say something rude to you right after if you say that you don't want to. So that's when I know it's not coming from like a good place of actually having a fulfilling request. There's some people that come on and, you know, they're actually respectful about it, and they come and they put a request in, and they, you know, add the please and thank you at the end of it, and maybe they only ask like once or twice, because I go back through and I do read like all the comments on everything too. And there are certain requests that, yeah, like if I actually want to do the request, then I'll come on and I'll do it. But there's other times where it's, you know, people request stuff and, you know what, maybe I just don't want to play it. It's like, you know, maybe I don't necessarily like your taste of music that you're wanting me to play. Is the car okay? No, my car is not okay. She's old. She's old. It's kind of, you know what? The car is old. And on top of that, I don't know why. I kind of, not that I like having an old car, I don't like having an old car. But the thing about having an old car is that people leave you alone. I've not gotten my car broken into in years because I got an older car. Most people avoid you on the road because they don't want to be by you. That's cool. I'm happy about it. But no, my car has, actually, it's gonna be ridiculous if I tell you guys how many miles are on my car. I'm literally gonna drive this car into the ground. Like, don't even care. There's 236,000 miles on my car. So she's doing what she needs to do for right now. The older, the more you know about its problems. Yeah, that's true too. I will say this has been a really good engine for it lasting 236,000 miles. And I do know what the current problems are that are on it. Obviously, it has problems, but it's not worth it for me to. Not that it's not worth it for me to get the problems fixed, but it's not like the car is not worth repairs right now. It's not. It is Hyundai, and Hyundai is the next reliable one. But it's a Hyundai SUV. Its engine's been really good. I would say I've done most of like the maintenance stuff that usually goes on it, so that's also why it's lasted for so long. I'm also now. Oh, let me get on this Wi-Fi, so then that way you guys can actually see me. I can be HD. Can I be HD? My HD yet? Hello. Can you all see me? Am I back? Is it back to being less gritty? Are we not a potato anymore? Are we crispy potato chips? So my car is 20 years old. Yeah, that's a lot. Put the one in the fridge. See, and I ask everybody, is the Wi-Fi better? And nobody tells me if the Wi-Fi is better. Hi, kitty. Why are you yelling right now? What are you yelling about? Don't look at the chat like that. Squinting up at the chat like that for? What you squinting at the chat like that for? I know, he's a little, a little stinky olive. Come here, pup. You too. You can give me a hug. Yeah, you want huggies too. Everybody wants a hug. She's like, where did you go? She's like, you went out and didn't take me with you. I know. Come here, sweetie. You like, lay down. Thanks. It's good to be back home. Do I like going out in public like that? No. And it was very good, but it might be so for real. They took a very long time with the food. I get it was busy, but like I wasn't trying to dog them on it too much. But I remember after I sat down, I was like, this is taking a while for them to come back. But I was like, it's busy, so I'm not. I know she had a lot of tables, but at least when I put the order in, I think it was like a good 30, 40 minutes for soup. I was like, this is a long time. Ooh, I think I left my earbuds case out in the. Oh no, I brought it in. I thought I left it in my purse. Because I usually. Sometimes I leave my purse out in my car. I shouldn't do that, but I usually take my wallet in with me. My purse usually just has like non-essentials in it, so like brushes. Like here, like my purse is here. There's literally a pencil case in here, like with pencils to carry. So usually, like I actually keep my more important stuff on me. But I forgot that I needed to take something in with me. Ooh, but that's good. There's chapstick. I need some chapstick. Oh, nope. Chapstick's out. That's not it. That's mascara. Okay. Maybe it is in the car. Did I? I'm not going back out there to get it. Oh, no. I feel it. I feel it. There she is. There's the egg. It's the headphone case. I thought I didn't bring my headphone case with me, but I did. It's in there. I can't even show that. They're gonna copyright this stream. I got some Pokemon playing in the background because the pet's like listening to it in the background. But I just showed it accidentally on screen. they're gonna take this whole stream down. They're like, nah, can't play that. Sorry. Said, hopefully you play at Carnegie Hall. You know what? I always thought about it one day, but I was like, you know what? I don't think that they'll ever have me at Carnegie Hall. Not that I wouldn't play there, but I would play there if I got the chance. But I will say this, this is also part of the hard thing about, I guess, the classical field is a lot of it, and especially like depending on different orchestras, depending on different conductors, different symphonies you go to, things like that, it is closed circle. Like you need to know somebody, you need to be an alumni somewhere, you need to have gone to this school somewhere, you need to have, these connections with this person in order to get into this spot or to do this type of performance. It's a lot of that. It's nepotism. I mean, it's nepotism anywhere that you go. But that's the only thing that's hard about getting places to actually perform. It's all politics. It's all that. And that's why I say it's hard for me too, because I've always been more like introverted, reserved, not wanting to go out, not wanting to socialize with people. But I feel like that's also a lot of just pianists in general. Like we're a little bit more on the keep to ourselves and then he said, how was your Japanese food? It was actually really good. I will say I did like what I had yesterday better than what I had today. But was it still delicious? Yes. Was it still much needed? Absolutely. Am I gonna feel better tomorrow? Probably, because I'm still getting over a cold. Like my nose is still congested, just a tiny bit. And I still have a little bit of a cough. But I'm not sneezing as much as I was. I'm not blowing my nose and feeling, drippy and nasally as I was yesterday and the day before. Like it was awful. So that's all better. So we're on the up and up. Up and up and up and up. Cinnamon water. I've never heard of cinnamon water. Cinnamon water. What are you doing? Just dashing some cinnamon dust on top of your water? Make it a little spicy. Actually, I was telling my best friend that the other day. She was like, I'm not sugar, I'm not spice, I'm just cinnamon. It's like, I'm just, I'm just cinnamon. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna take you guys to have a cinnamon roll. I can't have a cinnamon roll. Hot water, cinnamon sticks, or powder. I do have some cinnamon sticks too. I never know what to do with the cinnamon sticks. But is that supposed to help clear up the cold? What is that supposed to do? Is it just to spice up my water? Make it a little bit more flavorful. What's you have to tell me the science behind this. What is the cinnamon water supposed to do for the cold? I need lights. Lights. Am I playing that much tonight? Probably not. I'm not going to do that much, but I'm going to do a little bit. Because why not? The light is not working. The other light is not working. This light's kind of working. Do I want it to be that one? Or do I want you guys to see me brightly? Let's do that color. That's a cool color. Everything's purple. And then it was all purple. Oregano oil. Anti-inflammatory. That's, yeah. Okay. I'm pink. I'm blue. Yabba dee yabba doo. Dabba dee dabba die. I can't even say that because I'm pink right now. But that's where my brain is. My brain is shutting down right now. I had food. My stomach is full. And my brain is unplugged. You're gonna... Cinnamon rolls are fire. Speaking of dessert, you know what I realized? We were just at the restaurant. I remember she asked me if I wanted dessert, and I'll look at the menu for a second. And she never actually asked me if I wanted dessert again. She just came by, was like, here's your tab. She's like, you're done. Leave. Get out of here. She didn't come back with the dessert statement after that. Honestly, I'm check. It's morning, 4 in the morning. Why are you up, my man? You're supposed to be asleep. That's crazy. Actually, I can't talk because I suffer with insomnia too, so I can't even say anything on that end. You should go to sleep though. You should absolutely go to sleep. Let's see. Turn it this way a little bit more. There we go. Let's pull my sleeve a little bit. Pull the sleeves up so we can get nitty gritty. What am I playing this evening? What are we playing this evening? Did I just look around at the piles of music on the floor and pick up something? Like, is that what I do? I'm literally like eyeballing all of the piles of music. Like, which one do we grab? Here's a pile. Oh, that's that one. All right, let's do some Joseph Haydn. I love you, Mr. Hare. Anyway, I'm so lost. I'm so lost reading that statement, but hello. Just blinking. Interesting. I am interesting too. I'm so lost. Angry face. Interesting. Okay, this is the Sonata in F major. I actually only did the first movement of it, the Allegro Moderato, a long time ago, but I didn't take a look at the rest of it, so I'm going to do the rest of that today. Why not? Do the first movement one more time and try to work on the page turns. That's not good. I say that as if I'm going to nail these page turns. I always suck at page turns. That's why I always just memorize everything that I do, so I don't have to focus on page turns. Who cares about page turns? You said what? Yes, but if the image of the piano was in a good position, it would be better. See it? But here's the thing. I'm not gonna keep explaining that. I'm just could care less. I don't think the image of the piano being in a better position is going to change the sound of my practice or how I'm practicing in real life, real time. So don't care. I don't want to do that one. I don't have my music bin up here. Surprise, surprise. It's actually downstairs. This is on the floor though. So let's try this. Again. my reading. Let me go grab the bin. Right quick. I just want to grab one of the folders for the music. And then we can go back. Music folder is secured. 2 seconds, so I can then run to the restroom and then I'll be right back. Music folder, and let's see. Should I just start from the front of the music folder and work my way back? Let's just say read everything. Pull out the first thing in here, and we'll go on the next one. This is missing some pages, definitely. Maybe? No. Let's try this one first, and then we'll work our way through this music folder. Just like read. on the wall and it'll be good. Maybe. I think having just, honestly, if I have a mixer at the school, and if I hook that into my phone, it would work. And then you guys could just have the feedback from the actual keyboard. But again, it's just setup time, and as you saw, I literally just got in from home. Was I gonna set up all that right now? No. But on a different day, maybe. I want to do this one. I already don't like the intro of that one. I'm gonna go to the next thing in this folder. I just said I have to play through everything. And I was like, I don't even like the intro of this next one. Next thing in this. I can't play that one on stream. I'm not gonna do that one because that was a commission. This one I could do. Let's try this one. I got two things, and I got two things because that's kind of long. There's the second thing. Scooch these pages out. I'm gonna try that. Can I scooch my pages over enough? No, I think the stand mostly holds. I wish music stands would hold more pages. Like at least 5 pages. This one can only hold like 3. Which isn't good. I need at least 4. Like minimum. music fell off that stand so fast. Here's a little tricky. Just go up to there. Let's try again. Next one. Okay, one. Put that one away. Or this one away. This. Those will go back. This one, though. What's that one? Oh, that's that one. That's the next one. You're good at the keyboard. Thank you. What drew me into music? I was forced to do music as a kid, so because it was something, I guess, pre-built, just continued it. I guess that's a good music foundation. What? This is the next page. Cool. Piece 7. Okay. 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 What does that go to then? Let's see. Ah, so that's continuation of the other one. Okay, what's the other pages for that one? I have a bunch of them. So this goes with the one I just set down. Yeah. That goes there. Very nice. keep going. I did these ones, and then I skipped that one. I'm gonna put these ones back too. Next file. Anyway, I struggled on this one, but that's okay. It's the chunky one, the big one. We're not in December anymore, we're in January, but that's okay. Let's go from here. Sight reading, here we go. I'm missing a page. Hold on. That's not the next page. This is the next page. I was like, something doesn't look right. Something smells fishy. Alright, let's try that again. Yes, sweet boy. What's wrong? I'm just going to do snippets. This is the same one. Yeah, we just have 2 copies of the same one. Next thing. We're just chugging through sight reading. Okay. if I do that one, I'm a big one. I don't know if I have the mental ingenuity to. But maybe. No. I've done those ones recently, so I'm not going to touch it. Oh, I'm going to try this one. I haven't done this one in a minute. I like this one. I'm going to try not to throw my pages, because if I throw my pages, they're going to get lost in the floor pages. There's like at least 50, 60 pages of music on just the floor itself. I need to clean it up, but this is why all my pages get mixed up. Oh, is this one only 4 pages? Cool, it's only 4 pages. 4 is easy. Can you hold it all? Can you stay? Maybe. Next thing. This one is right here.
Okay.
I honestly, the boss battles of the Final Fantasy franchise is honestly pretty lit. He's been drinking the whole time. What are you drinking this evening? And this cough is gonna kill me over in a second. Let's see. Are you doing this one right now? No. Not that one. Not that one for now. Good to go. What's that one? Oh, I already did that one recently. I did both of those ones recently, so we're not doing those ones today. Where's this one? Oh, I'm not doing it today. And that one's questionable if I do that on live stream. Questionable choice. I'll do this one. This is an 82 pager. Well, I think it's time for me to call it a night. It's been 3 hours, dang. I think this is the longest stream I've done in a while, but thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna get off of here. Good night and goodbye.